Okay, hi everyone. Good evening and welcome. It's so nice to have you here. We are just a minute to time, and I'm trying to ensure that everything works well. It's going on well on my side, but I'd like to know if it is perfect on YouTube. So yeah, welcome to this August webinar. This is a very special webinar, and it's basically for you actually. It was actually organized because of you. So this is just a meet and greet. We're gonna talk, just chat about life, and then I'm also going to share my experiences. Please let me know if you're online. Please do also use the chat section. Do also introduce yourselves. We're going to be doing a lot of networking and connection today. So let us know who you are, the value you offer, and what actually brought you here. Okay. I'm also going to share my slides, and we are actually in here for a great time. So if you know anybody who registered for this, please do also let them know that we are live. Okay. And I would like to know if anybody would really love to engage me here, as I would love you. I would love to invite you into the inner room so that we can so I can actually share you on the screen and so that people can also see you. But if you actually want to just put it there in the chat button, it's still very fine. And then just know that as much as possible, I'm going to display the charts in the comment section. So when you introduce yourself, it should definitely get displayed here on the screen. So welcome once again. And yeah, I'm going to share my screen right now. Um, okay, I'm coming. This should come on. Let me see how it's showing on your side. All right. I think I need to adjust that. Okay. Yeah. So yes, this should work. Yeah. I really love this design. It's really giving me vibes already. Okay, so my dad is the first to be here. Daddy, welcome. It's a great pleasure to have you here. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining. Thank you, sir. All right, so my dad is also welcoming everyone here. And as much as possible, we would actually love to make this very snappy. So by 9, I would actually want us to be done. Well, I have some questions here. Nonetheless, I would actually want us to still engage and still talk. Thanks so much, Daddy, for joining. I definitely know that yes, my mom is also with him. So welcome, mommy, too, and I know that Anu would also be with them. So welcome, and it's great pleasure to have you here. Okay, I think everything is going well on YouTube. I'll just confirm and then I'll be back in just a jiffy. Okay, so I just want to just inform more people that we are live on my sellers and yes on my Instagram stories, and that will definitely start. I will actually not want to waste any time. So once I do that, we'll definitely start. Okay, so in the meantime, you can still keep watching or still looking at my beautiful picture and this slides. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so Uncle Fisayo, welcome. Yeah, it's so nice to have you here. Yeah, I actually muted myself, and that was why you didn't hear me say anything. But now I'm back. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining, and it's so nice to have you here, sir. Yeah, hi Kiki Farms. Welcome, 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 welcome. Trust you're doing great. And how was your day? How is your weekend going? Trust you're fine. Please let's just use the chat section. Would I think would actually start. I would not want to wait any longer as I would like to be very, very snappy with things here. Okay, so let's just move straight. Okay, and I trust that many people would also join us when as we continue, as we are on. Okay, and I would also like to know if you have any questions. Just there would actually be a stage where I would have question and answers, but then we're just going to our introduction straight up, and then we start. Okay, so yeah, so welcome everyone. It's so nice to have us here once again, and this is a webinar after a let me say a long break, and I just decided that this is just the best form to actually bring us together and let us connect again, and then have a strong bond as family. And then if you actually remember the broadcast I sent that was during the week, I said that one of my goals during this time is actually to foster my relationships, and I just thought that this is actually a very, very good medium to do that. Okay, so welcome. Yeah, sister, welcome. It's so nice to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. Um, okay, I can see, yeah, Mr. Ebon, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So nice to have you here. And yes, we are in here for a great ride. So as I said, we actually here to just know ourselves better, to have greater bonds, to actually connect, to network too, because you definitely, I know that many people here are actually value creators. So you definitely meet your clients, meet people who would actually need the value you offer, and you can actually just exchange ideas and then just foster a partnership. Okay, and then please, I'd just like to be sure, trust your network is fine there. You can actually have a snack and then take a juice, because this is actually more or less like a dinner. Okay, so that you can just have a nice time together. If you know anyone who needs to be here, you can just send them the link so that they can also join us. Ensure that you're also well seated. If you want to have your journal, you can actually have a journal, because I'll actually be talking about some of my experiences, and I feel like you can actually jot them down, especially if you're a language student or you're planning to go for your yeah, abroad or language immersion program. These are things that would really help you. Or you're actually a person who wants to go into social impact work, you'd actually see you'd actually get ideas, and you'd actually learn from my experiences, and I'm sure this would be a very, very great one. Okay, so let's go to the next item, and that's meet and greet. So meet and greet, and right now this is just the time for you to in quotes sell yourself. All right, so yeah, good evening, Sal. Thank you so much for joining, Reverend. I cite you. Thank you so much, Sal. Welcome, and it's so great to have you here. Okay, so right now we have our meet and greet, and what does this mean? Basically, it just means you introducing yourself, letting us know you, the value you create, who you are, what you want the world to know about you. And please just know that this is actually live, so people are seeing you live and direct on YouTube. Okay, and I'm very sure that many people would also still watch this again. I mean, watch the replay, because you definitely be on YouTube. So do want to introduce yourself, your name, what you do. You can also put your social media handles, so that people who want to follow you can actually follow you, and any other information you want us to know about you. So do well to just introduce yourself. Mr. Ebon, yeah, Miss Okoyemi, Kiki Farms, Professor, And everyone, please just well to introduce yourselves and let's connect. Yeah, welcome, Big Sis. So nice to have you here. It's so nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Um, right, so as I said, please do want to just introduce yourself. Just put in the chat button, and I will definitely show it here on the screen. Since people are actually shy, please don't be shy here. Oh, hey, we are a big family, actually, and this is a big family network. So please do well to just express yourself really as much as you can. Yes, definitely respecting the rules of courtesy, but then do well to just shit. Okay, so yeah, so Favor Adeleke from Kiki Farms. Okay, Favor, can you tell us what Kiki Farms is all about? Because yeah, yes, you're definitely a great value creator. So actually like you to just explain more, just type in the chat button what Kiki Farms is more about so that people can actually get to know you more. And then yes, definitely get to patronize you, and then when there's probably an opportunity they can tag you, right, or share with you. Okay, so Kiki Farms specializes in fresh and valuable and value added livestock, fruits and vegetables. And I must really say that I got to know Kiki Farms through BSSG, and that was 2021. And it was actually it was a winner for the, I can't remember the exact award now, but I must really say it's a very very intelligent champ, right? And then he has graduation for African agriculture, and is actually doing really really great. So do not follow Cookie Farms on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, right? And then do what, also patronize them. Okay, so that's Kiki Farms. Let me see if any other person has introduced themselves. Yeah, so Kiki Farms can actually put your social media handles for people who would like to follow you, or if you have any contact details that people can actually follow. Okay, so I'm actually waiting for other people. Please do want to introduce yourself. I'm actually going to introduce myself too. Okay, but I'm actually waiting for another person who would like to introduce themselves. Okay, so Mrs. Itunu Ola, do also introduce yourself and what you do. This, please shoot your shot this time around. Shoot your shot. Let the world know the value you create, please. Oh, I realized I muted myself. I can't remember the last time I said if I muted myself. Okay, but I think I'll just have to say this again. Yeah, so for Icon Empire is actually a beauty brand that actually deals in highly comfortable and luxurious footwears, and then as well as clothes, which actually they're actually luxurious, but then yes, affordable and highly comfortable. And I've actually worked with this brand for a while now, and I can really attest to their credibility. And you can just visit them on check their Instagram page. You really love the layout, you love the theme, and you definitely just fall in love with them at first sight. So do well to and then also know that yes, delivery is nationwide. Okay, so there is no barrier with location. All right, so I think yeah, there is something here. Okay, we specialize in beautifying you with classic quality and affordable years. I love that. Okay, so that's Icon for Empire. Yeah, so we have another. Okay, yeah, so this is our Reverend Olatosin Jitona. Yes, and he's a Reverend of the Anglican Communion. And it's so nice to have you here, sir. Thank you so much for honoring this. It means a lot. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. All right. I'm going to check something on my IG page, and then I'll be back in a jiffy before we continue. Yeah, so I'm back. Yes, so yeah, Daniel, I see the monitor is online. Yeah, welcome, Daniel. It's so nice to have you here. Welcome, and it's a pleasure. Okay, so I'm going to read this quickly and then just going to talk a bit about it. So Daniel is a multifaceted individual. He considers himself to be a word artist, a technocrat, a musician, a financial market analyst, and a budding bioinformatician. Okay, then yes, he's passionate about blockchain technology, Okay, and then currently is pursuing a Bachelor of Technology degree in the field of biotechnology at the prestigious Federal University of Technology, Akure, Nigeria. So welcome, Jirati. That is his AKA, right? And I worked with him on some projects, and I must really say that he's a very, very amazing individual. He's also a poet, right? And then is also the founder and the lead director of the Youth Council, which is a radio program that actually talks about different topics relating to youth where you can actually learn and really develop yourself. And I really, really love his growth. Okay, so welcome, Danielle. It's so nice to have you here. Okay, so yeah, Mr. Kola is here. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, yeah, so Danny has another thing here. Okay, yes, he said this already. He's also the host of the Youth Council TV show and is the lead content creator at Color Sense Limited, Nigerian Play Store. And the contact address of all Spiver, that's an Italian paint product. So then I can actually please you can do well to put in your social media handles or your contact details, maybe your Gmail for people to see. And I would also definitely put that on the screen so that whoever needs to can actually contact you when it be. All right, so yes, Ayoshe for me, Aderogba is online. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have everyone here. So this is 827 already. As I said, I would actually want this to be, yes, as much as yes it is exciting, yes, it also needs to be fast as much as possible. Okay, and then okay, so let me introduce myself a bit. So I am Deborah Ibukunoluwa Aderogba. I'm a 400 level student of French and Portuguese studies at the Obafemi University. Please let me just know if I'm speaking too fast. Please do well to just tell me to calm down a bit. If you cannot hear anything I'm saying, please let me know. Please just do well to put it in the chat button, and I'll definitely see to that. If there's anything you actually want from my head, please do well to just let me know. Okay. Okay, so I think we have someone else here. Yeah, so sister is here. CEO. Okay, so Olowo Okoyemi is the CEO of Offices Bake and Cook, and they specialize in baking and cooking delicious foods for different events and occasions. And yes, she's actually a very, very good cook, and she's a very good baker. And she's presently located at Obafemi University. So all OAU connects here, please. Also Bake and Cook is actually your go-to brand for your small shops, your catering services need. Okay, so they will also contact them. And please, you can actually, please, as I said, you can actually put in your contact details. This you may not necessarily put it in your phone contact, but then you can put in either your social media handle or your Gmail, where via which people can actually reach out to you when need be. Because as I said, this is already on YouTube, and then people would still watch. Okay, all right. So yeah, so as I said, Deborah Ibukunoluwa, I'm a 400 level student of French and Portuguese studies at Obafemi University. I actually express myself in different capacities, but I love to say that I am a visionary. I am a self-paced leader. Okay, I am a language and self-development enthusiast and coach, and I'm also a video artist. I'm lead director of some projects, and the first is art as healing therapy, which is a project that deals with using artistic techniques to as healing therapy for patients with autism, dementia, psychological disorders, and all that, and to just foster overall well-being, as well as there is our empowerment scheme, which is a project that empowers people with different skills to actually making them independent individuals. So on my social media handles generally, I post in French, Portuguese, and English. So when you get there, just know that there's definitely a content for you, and I actually post value. So yes, I think at the end of this I would actually show my social media handles, but then on my social media handles generally, just search for Aderogba Ibukunoluwa. On IG, Aderogba Ibukunoluwa INTL, that international. On Facebook, Aderogba Ibukunoluwa. On Twitter, Aderogba Ibukun1. On LinkedIn, Aderogba Deborah. On Academia, Aderogba Ibukunoluwa. Then what else? Yeah, so I think if there's any other thing, I'll let you know. Then I have a website, I have some other things. But then just do well to let's enjoy the ride. And yes, welcome to my YouTube channel. I must really, really say that I think this is the first time I'm having this great audience actually on my YouTube channel. And I specifically opened my YouTube channel because of this. Or let me say because of situations like this. I realized that when I was away for my language immersion program, I organized some events then, and then people needed to access them again, and then I had issues with my recordings. I recorded, but then I think the audio didn't record, and then it just gave me so many issues. And so I just decided to open a YouTube channel and then to always host my webinars and my programs there, so that at least they are permanent and then people can go and rewatch and it's just there. Okay, so I think we are okay with the meet and greet. We'll move on to the next session right now, which is so let's chat. So I have actually gotten so many questions about my language immersion programs. Okay, what does this actually mean? Oh, we thought you're not coming back. What exactly are you doing right now? Okay, what does this actually mean? And just different things like that. And I would just love to explain and just expatiate on language immersion programs, what they mean, how to go about it if you're a language student and home. Okay, nonetheless, I must say that I have actually recorded some YouTube videos, but they are yet to be edited. But then once it's time, you definitely get to know information about them. And I really put in my knowledge, my experience, and lessons I've learned, and the processes that each language student should actually take while preparing for their language immersion program so that they would have a successful one. So language immersion programs or program is just the same thing as year abroad. So many people just call it as year abroad program, year abroad, year abroad, year abroad. And it is, let me say, specific for language students. And what do I mean by language students? Language students are basically people who are studying languages, or let me say foreign languages in the university. And I'm actually going to talk about my university because this is where I am and this is what runs there. So in my department is Department of Foreign Languages. And there's actually a compulsory year. Your penultimate year is a penultimate year actually means the year before you graduate. I mean the year before your final year. Yes, that's what penultimate means. So your penultimate year is actually a year for your year abroad, and it's just more or less like our high tea in quotes. That's when you actually leave school. You have to actually go to a location where your studied language, or let me say the language you're studying, is being spoken and then it's being offered. So it's more or less like a school. So you're going there. Sorry for the background noise. So you're going there to go receive lectures, to do tests, to do exams, and then your results will be sent back to the school and you see them on the portal. Okay. So it's more or less like our IT as would have in some other disciplines. Okay, so in my department, we actually offer three major languages. We offer French, we offer German, and we offer Portuguese. These are the three major languages that are offered in the Department of Foreign Languages of Bafemi Awolowo University. So for students who offer French, generally there's actually a French institution in Nigeria which is called the Nigerian French Language Village. The Nigerian French Language Village. Okay, so someone joined us here. So yeah, welcome Barrister Akindele Adeni, aka Chairman. It's so nice to have you here. Welcome, and thanks for cheering me up. Thank you so much too. Yeah, it's so nice to have you. Okay. Yeah, so as I said, so for French students, you actually go to an institution called Nigerian French Language Village. Nonetheless, you can also still go to other institutions, other French institutions which are nearby, because you have French neighboring countries. So you can go to Benin, you can go to Togo. Nonetheless, generally people just go to Badagry. So I'm going to write this out so that I can so that you get it. Nigerian, okay, French language village. Okay. Okay, so yeah, Nigerian French Language Village, Badagry, yes, Ajara Badagry. I should actually add that. So that is the French institution in Nigeria. and that is where students go yearly to have their language immersion program. Okay, so for German, and then let me say this: if you're not following me on Instagram, you are missing a lot, because you would have actually seen a lot and lot of my posts, a lot of my language immersion experiences, my lessons, and how the process has actually been. Okay. So yeah, thank you, Chairman. Yeah. All right. So for German students, there's actually a German institution in Nigeria too, and it's called Goethe Institute. Goethe Institute, and it's actually situated in Lagos. So Goethe Institute Lagos from German. So German institutes every year go to Institute Lagos. Nonetheless, I think recently there have been different problems or different issues coming up. So they actually go tomorrow to do their language immersion program. Okay, so thank you so much. I think I have a comment here. Yeah, thank you, Faustina Oladele. Thank you so much for the comment. All right, so yeah, my sister is here. She's saying following you, big sis. Thank you so much. I think she's actually using my dad's phone, and I know that yes, everybody's actually joining already. So thank you so much. Okay, so that's it for German students. So nonetheless, for Portuguese students, this is where the issue comes from, and many people do not understand. For Portuguese students, we do not have, in quotes, an official Portuguese institution. We do not have an official Portuguese institution. Nigerian French Language Village is a federal institution. The Goethe Institute was actually founded by the German, how will I call it? I think German Ministry of Education. I'm not too sure about that. But then it's, let me say, a standard school, a standard German school. Nonetheless, you do not have one for Portuguese. And that is why Portuguese students have to travel out of the country to go, or let me say, to do their language immersion program, to do their year abroad. Okay, and then the university that we actually are here abroad is called Universidade Federal da Bahia. Universidade Federal da Bahia. So that's for Portuguese. Okay, so Bahia, Brazil. Yes. So nonetheless, there are actually African countries, there are actually African Lusophone countries. And if you have been following me, you'd actually know that I'm very passionate about African Lusophone countries, but that's not what we are going to talk about today. But in my university is OAU, and then about university vibes and all that. So I'm saying, to what I think, this may not be the official reason, right? But I think generally in African Lusophone countries, the Portuguese studied, or let me say the Portuguese they speak, is the European Portuguese. That's because they were colonized by Portugal. Just like we just like the way we have what's it called? The British English and then the American English. So we have different versions of Portuguese. So the Brazilian Portuguese, the European Portuguese. And then, considering the level of development of those countries, I feel that the university may not, or has not, decided to send us there, considering the advancement of knowledge. Okay, and that is why we actually sent to Brazil to go for our language immersion program. And the Universidade Federal da Bahia is more or less in English, though you don't transliterate like that, but then it's more or less like saying, okay, Federal University of Bahia. It's just like OAU actually, and then it's one of the strongest, one of the biggest, one of the real founding universities over there, and it's very very strong. Okay, so that is that about students having their year abroad programs. So once students are done with their year abroad programs, they come to now do their final year. And then it is actually a prerequisite to graduating. If you do not if you not go for a language immersion program, then you are not going to graduate. So for many people, for students who cannot probably offer, or let me say afford a particular course, then they can actually change. But for me, my course is actually a 5 year course, and I need to explain this because this is a thing that I feel many people do not really understand. I am actually combining French and Portuguese. So just like saying double honors, and so it is 5 years, not 4 years. If you are just studying a language, for instance, if you are studying just French, or you're studying just German, or you're studying just Portuguese, it's actually 4 years. Or because I'm studying two languages, or if you are studying two languages, then you spend 5 years. Nonetheless, you still go for your year abroad in your penultimate year. So you go for your year abroad in your fourth year, and then you come back in your fifth year to finish your studies. But if you are studying just a language, then you go in your part three, and then you finish your studies in part four. Excuse me. I hope this is actually clear to everyone. I want to quickly show this. Okay, let me see if you can see. Okay, yeah. So this was a picture I took when I was there. Please, as I said, you actually get to see more pictures on IG. You'd actually get to see more and more and more and more and more pictures. I actually promise you that on IG. So you want to follow me there. Okay, so I think I have actually talked a bit about my language immersion programs. So please, if you are following, please let me know if you are following. Thank you so much, Mr. Ebon. If you have any questions, please do let me know too, so that I can actually just answer and then clear everyone's doubt, or anything you actually need to know about my language immersion programs. Okay, so right now I am doing my language immersion programs, but then I have to wait till next session to begin. And this is also another aspect that I feel many people do not understand. I started my language immersion program last year, January. Now, the thing is this, excuse me, the calendar of the school is different from the calendar of these institutions. For instance, the calendar of the Nigerian French Language Village, Badagry, is different from the university calendar, as well as the calendar for Goethe Institute, as well as the calendar for Universidade Federal da Bahia. So at times it may clash, so at times it may be the same, at times it might be advanced. For instance, in Badagry, we resumed Badagry last year, January, while OU resumed the session, I think around March. And then, yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Kola. And then ASU break came, but then when ASU break came, we still continued our studies because we were outside the university. So I went for my for my Portuguese language immersion program too, and then I completed all that and all. And now I am actually done with that. So now I am back, and I have to wait for this. Thank you so much, Anu, baby sis. So right now I need to wait for this session to be over for me to come into my next session. So I think that is actually cleared. So when you see me, don't begin to think, okay, what is happening, this and this and that. I think I've actually cleared that. Please, if you have any question, if you want me to explain any other thing, please do well to let me know. I'm trying to be fast as much as possible because I think I have quite a number of things to cover. Okay, so I think I have some few other pictures here that some of my classmates actually have one on Instagram. So please just go there. You actually get a lot of pictures to actually see, and then really feed your eyes on. Okay, so this was actually my church and during my send forth program, my church. It was actually a very, very great time. I think I actually shared a little vlog on it on my Instagram page, so you should actually check it out. So it's actually very amazing time. Okay, so I think another thing I would actually like to say about my language immersion programs, because I think that's also one of the things that many people ask, and then they ask me, okay, what was the experience? Was it good? Was it bad? Okay, so you went out, how was it and everything? So I'd actually say that it was actually full of both the good and bad. Well, when I starting 2022 wasn't on a very, very good note for me because I was actually not feeling too well at that time. But then when I was on my French language immersion program, and then I went to Badagry, and I went for my Portuguese language immersion program. It was still full of ups and downs, right? Just the good and bad. I think I will not want to go into that right now. But then I would just like to give this advice for when people would like to travel. As I said, for language immersion program and for language students, I have actually recorded different videos which would get to know as time goes on, and they are very very detailed videos. But just stay glued to my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. Yes, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, but then generally when people tell me, okay, since you have gone out, what can you say? Okay, I also want to jackpot, I want to leave the country and things like that. So this is what I would actually say, and I just have this advice to give. One, ensure that God is actually leading you to go. Even if you want to go, yes, ensure that yes, you have this backing from God. Because I feel like yes, you can actually feel like a country is better than the other, but the fact is also is that each country has its problems. Okay. So nonetheless, if God is actually leading you to actually go to a place and God tells you, or yes, you are led that yes, this is actually your promised land, or this is your Canaan land, and you're actually going to be prosperous, then you are free to go. Nonetheless, if you just want to get out of Nigeria for desperation's sake and just say, no, I just want to leave this place is not just working, and you may not actually enjoy it. This is just from my point of view, okay? Nonetheless, I feel like you are still subjected to whatever decision you want to make, but just try to consider this very well. Okay, so Daniel is saying this is very important. Okay, yeah. So ensure that yes, God is actually leading. Then the other thing I would actually also want to say is that if you are traveling, it's actually better when you have or like let's say a base, probably a work over there, and so that when you know that when you are going there, you're actually going there to meet something. It's better when you actually go there. Maybe let me say on work basis. Actually, maybe you got an employment and then you have to go and settle there. But if you say that you want to go there and then you just want to go and begin, you want to start to gather things together and then just come up with your life and then just arrange your life, it may not be too easy. It will not be too easy. Even though I was actually a student, I was actually paying bills. I was paying bills. I was paying monthly bills, and I know how it was. Okay, so it is actually not too easy in quotes. Nonetheless, if you have a base already, if you have what to fall to over there, then it's you can actually go. But then it's actually very important that yes, God is leading you, and then you have something you're actually falling into when you get there. All right. If there's any other thing, I think you get to know from any upcoming video. Okay, so yeah, so Jegada Joseph is here. Hi, welcome, welcome. So yes, Jegada Joseph is the president of the Association of Foreign Languages Students of Afemi Awolowo University. So that's our president. Okay, so Danke schön. Thank you so much, Joseph. It's so nice to have you here. Thank you. All right, I think I would just go straight into the next thing. Please, well, I would actually have our question and answers. I think I'm as much as possible. I'm trying to answer questions that people have actually asked me over time. Okay. Yeah, so my social impact project, I think I've also had people ask me, okay, so how were you able to like okay do all these things together? How were you able to do these things when you were away for your language immersion program? So basically when I was in Badagry, I was not able to do anything until I was actually done because Badagry was intensive, like it was very, very intensive. So I'm going to share something quick. Okay, so this was one of my interviews during my Portuguese language immersion program, and then I was also involved in church. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. Okay, but let me just start here. Sorry. Yeah, so this was Badagry, and this project has a story on its own. It actually has a story. One of the things I told God before I left was that yes, I wanted to do heart as an therapy. I wanted to have heart as an therapy outreach in my two language immersion programs. Yeah. And then nonetheless, it was not even close to the end, it was not even seeming like it would be possible because as I said, it was very, very intensive and all. But then I can never forget Mademoiselle Deborah. Yes. So Olaniro. She actually stays in Badagry. And then she came to visit me on campus. And then so I just shared it with her and then she was like, no, you're actually going to do this. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Joseph. Yeah. Okay. So then she told me that yes, you're actually going to do this. And then I just felt like yes, God just used her because as at that time I was just quite confused. But then I just feel like God just used us like give me that answer that I needed at that time. And then I remember that it was immediately after my exam, my final exam, immediately after my final exam, despite all the overnights and everything that I had done, immediately after my final exams, I just got to the hostel, just my things, and then off I went to search for art materials, frames, my work, my all the materials I would actually need to make the what's it called, the artworks. So I finished my exams on Friday. We had the outreach on Monday. So when I came back from, I was already tired, but then I still did overnight that day. Like I started working on the hard works. Then on Saturday, so I worked, and then I think was it on Friday or Saturday I got burnt on my hand. So it's just a lot. But then thanks to God, right? And then my mates who were still around then really helped. Really helped. She were marvelous. Um Oh my god. Yeah, all my friends actually, they really helped. Victory. Okay, so I think there is. Okay, so were there challenges I faced? Yes, there were actually. I think I would actually come to the challenges I actually faced. I think I would actually be more specific about them. But let me just continue this. Okay. All right. So yeah, also my friends, and they really show up for me. Oh my god, I'm actually forgetting the name of this person right now. Oh my god. But then she really helps in my hard work. Yeah, she's the one actually squatting. Yeah. Oh my god. She really helps in my hard work. And it was just a fulfilling time. So when I was actually in in Brazil, okay, it was I told God that I actually wanted to do this thing. Okay, wait, excuse me. So I told God I actually wanted to do this thing. And then close when I would leave, it was not just seeming like, oh, sorry, I think it's the network. Please let me know. Can you hear me? Please just put it in the chat section if you can actually hear me. So that I would know if the problem is from my hand or from your hand. So sorry. But then the replay will definitely be on YouTube so you can watch again. So I just told God that, Lord, I would actually love to do this thing. But then even close to the end, also my stay. The thing is this, I do not do with my academics as much as I can because yes, the primary reason why I'm in school or why I actually went for my language immersion programs was actually to study. So as I said, for my in Badagry, I started working on the project the day I finished my exams. And then for Okay, so Daniel says you can hear me well. Okay, so Mrs. Ituno says she can hear me well. So I think it's from Mr. Ebon's end. Okay, but then you can actually watch the replay. So as of then over there, even in what's it called at Ufiba, yeah, Universidade Federal da Bahia is shortened as Ufiba. So you can just hear me say Ufiba. The syllabus is actually, I don't say yes, complex, and then it was very it was even for me, I feel it was actually more intensive than Brazil for me. And then the period was actually longer, it was like stretched, and then it was just a lot. It was a lot. I would like leave home by 8 and then get home around 10, and that was more or less like my routine, though sometimes it would change and all. But then it was not just easy. So I finished my studies really in December. And then I'm close to the end. I didn't even plan that yes I would actually do Hatazilian therapy. I was just but then I told God, I was like, wait, will I now go back? I like because then I was just like, okay, it means that the only thing I actually came here to do was just for my studies, and that will be all. I was not even able to like travel to any other states because yeah, you need to like have enough cash to be able to do that. Okay, and then that was how. I think this story is actually not a story for now. I think it's a story that would actually be sweeter in the future. Okay, but something just came up, and then I just felt like, wait, if this could have actually happened, this means God actually wanted me to do this thing. So that was how I had to wait extra. I had to like roll over my ticket, and it was just a lot on my part. It was a lot. Like by the time I finished, I was happy, but I was almost crying because I don't want to say like that I was now like totally short of cash, right? And it wasn't easy on my part. It was not easy on my part. It was not easy on my part. Like it was like I got a blessing at that time, and then instead of me to like just channel it and then probably just get things and then just go home and then probably just use it to do another thing, I just felt like I was like, if I don't do this thing now, I don't think I would ever have the chance to do it again. I don't know. Next time I would actually have to travel over here to Brazil to do something like this. And I was just like, so that was why I just pumped the whole thing into the project. I was actually happy, but then no, it's there's sometimes that you just feel like, wait, did you actually take a wise decision? But I just feel like for God to have actually provided it at that time, this is God actually wanted me to do, because before then, life was actually tough. Life was tough. My God, life was tough. So I would actually come into my challenges. So that was how. So I actually did my this project after my that was after my studies. As I said, I waited for 2 extra months, so I did it. I wrote letters. Then I must actually show this picture. My picture with Pablo, yes. So Pablo is an artist, and then if you can see this artwork, this is the biggest artwork I've ever made, and I'm actually so proud of it. Okay, Pablo is actually an artist, but he's a painter. So I talked to him about the project, and then he said, yeah, and then he told me that he would actually love to collaborate, and so he taught me how to paint. You'd actually see these videos on my IG, and then follow us as a therapy on IG, so you'd actually see a lot of all these processes. No, it was a lot of sacrifice. Like I was doing overnight, so I was dealing down, trying to just ensure that this hard work came out well. And it was just so he helped me, and then we did it together. But then I did more of the bidding, and then he taught me how to paint. So we painted together, and we donated to the hospital. We also had an art as a therapy session with the kids. So it was a fulfilling time. Okay, so let me try to see. Yeah, so this was the so we actually had it in a hospital, in a child's hospital, and it is actually the biggest child hospital in the region. And but it's actually very, very big. So it was let me say it was a very big project, a very, very big project. Okay, so then after that, we I went to the wards, gave these love notes to inpatients, saw their parents, and then they were so happy, and it was just so amazing. It was actually a very, very amazing period. Okay, you'd actually get to see more pictures on Instagram. So let me go to my social impact work, so that my other social impact works. This was actually teaching some students bidding or beats. Okay, yeah, I actually donated this artwork to my church. And when I was also in Badagry, I donated this same hardware, like a replica of this, to my church at Badagry. Then yes, I had some speaking engagements too. So I'm going to just explain a bit. So generally, as I said, my what's it called academics was actually very, very intensive for me, like was very intensive. Nonetheless, on Fridays I only had a lecture on Friday, so my Friday was a bit free. So I decided that I was actually going to maximize my Fridays for social impact work. So that was how the social impact stuff came into being. So I was like, okay, at least I should actually be able to like express myself, give back to the society, at least the little I can actually do. And then let me tell you, there's actually, in life, and there are many times we actually expect that yes, opportunities will come to us, and then people will just call you and then tell you to do this. But then I let me say, I created those opportunities for myself. Like I created the room, I created the door, I opened the door, and then I set up the pace for myself. So I wrote to schools. Not all schools actually accepted me, but then some did. So I had this building session with these kids. I had I spoke to I had some other speaking engagements. Sorry. I had some other speaking engagements. This school and some other schools. So you actually get to see many of them on my Heidi page. So that was how my social impact work came in. Um yeah, so that's that about my social impact work. Or let me say a bit about my social impact. So it wasn't easy. And then as a matter of fact, I never wanted to do any of these things for money. Like I never wanted to I would just wanted to like impact. Like that's just my life basically. I just want to like be fulfilled. I just want to like express myself. I just wanted to like contribute to society. I just wanted people to know that yes, a Nigerian actually came here and then she touched lives, right? So I just wanted that legacy. I just wanted to lay that legacy, and God actually really helped me to do so. So you enjoy more slides, more of my speaker engagements on, and then other things I had on my social media and so this is already 9:02. Oh, I think I already showed overshot my time. Okay, so this was my chart. I think I already explained that. Oh, I think I didn't really put many slides, many pictures here. Please do well to check my IG page. I'm just saying and emphasizing on this. So, and then I also created some posts on my lessons, the lessons I learned, and all. All right. So let me go to yes, this question. Okay, knowing that you're someone passionate about language and has were there challenges you face within Badagry and Brazil? Yes, I actually faced challenges. I faced many challenges, many. So, nonetheless, a thing I would always say is that yes, know your purpose, know the path on which, or let me say, to which you have been called, and then just follow God on each step of the way. With that, life will be easier and life will be fulfilling. So for Badagry, I went through a lot just before I entered Badagry, and I'm actually not going to that story right now. And then so Badagry was not yes, I was actually doing my academics, but then I was not too okay then. But then I was just banking on God's grace, and then God saw me through. And then my parents too, because and I actually the ones to share a particular incident that happened, but then my parents just had to like intervene, and then they counseled me and they were like, no, God will help you, no, you're going, and different things like that. So at a point too in Badagry, I felt sick. I think for about 2 weeks I was very sick, but then God just helped me and God sustained me. Then when I was planning to go to Brazil, okay, so let me say this was like the major part, because it's actually very very financial intensive, financial demanding, like a lot of money. So the whole process came, went, okay, I also saved, tried to contribute to my quota, this and that. So when I got, so not like before I left the country, I told myself that I was actually not going to ask my parents for any money. So when I got there, that was actually a challenge, yeah, right? So finances was actually a very very big challenge for me. And then I tried to actually search for jobs and actually got jobs. And then once I got jobs, I got about 4 jobs, but I did not work because I had different reasons for not working. One of them, they wanted me to work for 2 months without paying. The other was clashing with my studies, and I would never, how would I call it? I would never forsake or substitute work for studies. Okay, the work looks very interesting. What is where? Okay, I think you're talking about my hard work. Okay, I think I would also answer that. I'll answer that. So, so when I was actually there, I actually got some offers. The other one, as I said, the first one they wanted me to work for free, which I think I mean I was actually looking for a job, and then they wanted me to sell for free, and then I wanted to like strike a deal with them. Okay, if I work for half of the hours for free, then you pay me, but then they were not ready to accept that, and then I wasn't ready to. So I didn't take that. The other one was clashing my academics, and then I could not sacrifice my academics for anything. The other one, they needed, it was actually a teaching job. They needed a teacher for the whole year, and then I was not available. The other one, I think it was when I go back that I saw the acceptance. Then, so basically, basically, I am an artist, and then what's it called, I make my beaded products and all. So that was really what God actually used that time to like really sustain me over there. And then I think I taught about two people English, right? So all those things. And then when I was there, I had my professional exam and did all that. So those were like major challenges. And then yeah, sometimes you like really feel home. Yeah, okay. But then the thing is, you really knowing that yes, God has actually called you on this path. You knowing that yes, God is backing you up, and then you following God on each part of the way. It's actually a thing that is consoling, because yes, God will continue to speak with you, even when there are challenges, even when things are coming up, and then it seems like yes, things are not working. And then God was always showing up at the dime moment. God was always showing up at the. I mean, God was just always showing up. Like God was just always showing up. And then so my first 1.5 months over there in Brazil was terrible. Like it was not bad, it was actually terrible. But then the second um part, let me say the second half was better. But then nonetheless, I realized that God actually made me pass through that moment for certain reasons, because during that moment, God was like telling me some things, showing me some things, and I actually felt God actually wanted that at that time, because it felt like because I feel like God actually knew that if I had actually had maybe a job or something, that might have distracted me from what he wanted me to know. And then it was in the second half that I actually did more of my social impact work. All right. So I think these are basic challenges. Then what else? What else? What else? What else? I think those are the things I can um really remember for now. Then I think you would actually get to hear more on my videos. I would actually love to be snappy. All right. So yeah. So I think I've answered one of this question. So the other is, the work looks very interesting. What inspired it, and how can you help with the transcription of the words on it? Okay, so let me I'm going to show the work again. This, yes. So this is a work. This is a big work. I mean, the big work. The big, like, it was a big, it was big. It was big. It was actually massive. It was big. So, what inspired it? Impact inspired it. Passion inspired it. I started art as a learning therapy. Yes, definitely by God's inspiration. In 2021, that was when I was 20, and that was what, let me say, one of the major things I really use as my birthday gifts to the world. So I launched it at Wesley Gate Hospital, and then we donated 5 artworks to different departments. Donated two um to the mental ward, donated to pediatrics, donated to female ward, donated to which other one was that? Okay, no, I think the donated to four. Yes, but we donated 5 adults. Then the other one was Badagry, and the other one was there. So yes, I thought about it. Then I started my art works basically in 2019. That was when I really launched my artworks. I started my bidding from secondary school, but I launched my artworks in 2019. And I was just thinking, okay, in what way can art be used to actually impact the society, other than just for aesthetic beauty. And then I remember then and then the Holy just like inspired into my heart that it can actually be used as healing therapy. And then I've actually seen so many cases of people who are like even around me, people that have heard of, even church members, even when I was over there, that I've actually gone through a lot of, excuse me, mental crisis. And then I just felt like, so the passion was just there. Like the passion was just there to, yes, ensure that yes, I actually use my instruments, use what God has actually placed in my hands, use the giftings that God has actually given me to actually impact the world. So as I said, I wanted to do this. Like I had planned it as a 2021. I went for my language immersion program in 2022. I did this project in 2023, but then I had actually planned it since 2021 that I was actually going to do that. And then I put, and then even, yeah, when I also started my language immersion program, then I just put it in the mind, in the hands of God. Okay. And then so for this, the inspiration behind this, so I wanted to bring out encouraging words, words that patient to see from afar off. And then when a person is in pain, a person is sick, a person is not happy, you also can see those words and then have a smile. You also can see those words and then have this relaxing, what's it called, effect, have a cooling effect, have this better feeling, have this encouraging heart. Just like there's actually one of the artworks that is smile, you'll be fine. Like when you are just sick and then you are down and then you just see that word, you know, you just be inspired to just smile and then you just have this hope that yes, everything will actually work fine. Okay, and then even when we were there, we had a language, what's it called, we had an art session with the kids. They painted. We actually used this. They were like beads, but then they were balls. They used it to like create different shapes, and then those children were so happy. Like, I mean, the children were actually sick. I mean, they were sick children. They came to the hospital to be treated, but then that really encouraged them, and then even their parents like were happy, and then they took those arts home, and then like it was just a means to it was just a means to just encourage these people and then just put on this lasting memory into them that yes, they would actually be fine. I've actually, for instance, when I started hazarding therapy, I don't want to overshoot time. By 9:30 want to be done here. When I started hazarding therapy, there was time I traveled to Lagos and then I had to get to Yaba Psychiatric Hospital. I had to speak with a psychologist there for you to know that I was actually intentional about this project. Like I went there, I interviewed him, I wanted to like know a lot. Then when I went to Wesley is Wesley Gate Hospital in the hospital in my town. I went there, I went to different courses, I went to like interview nurses, I went to like interview them concerning their patients, how they were feeling, how art can actually be used, and then it was just it was it's actually been a very great work. Sometimes when I just look at myself and then look at the things that God has actually helped me to do, I'm just so amazed. Then yes, I'm definitely grateful to God. I'm definitely grateful to God. And that was actually one of the this is why I made there was actually a post that I made in my birthday because I just feel like, I may not have it all, but then I feel like God has actually just been faithful through all. So thank you so much, Danielle. Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, so as I was saying, so concerning this hard work, yeah, so sorry for the breaking transmission. So concerning this hard work, I spoke with Pablo and then I told him what I wanted, like the idea I had towards bringing these words out, and then we just came up with the design together. So we came up with the design together, and then he said that it would actually be better we have this painting effect at the background, and then we use the beats to cover them up. So I did some were glued, some were embroidered, and then it was actually work. It was work. Oh my god! But then it was just a thing. It was I enjoyed the whole process. So it was stressful. It was engaging, and then like took nights, took days. I know, but then it's actually so it came out well, and I'm so okay, happy. We are so happy with it, and then we actually made history that's will never be forgotten in Bahia. Okay, so the transcriptions. So the first is smile. So that's sorry. You just tell a person smile, like smile, all will be fine. So the Bible said, so that's all will be fine. We say, I'm married, you are loved. Courage, like take courage. Then peace, alegria, joy means yes, you'll be joyful, just take solace, everything's gonna be fine. Then amor, that's love. Then força, that's strength, that we are wishing you strength, we are wishing you love, we are wishing you peace, you're gonna go back with health. Okay, yeah, voltará com saúde, that means you're going to go back with health, you're going to go back with your full strength, you're going to go back doing the things that you've always done, and then you're going to be full of joy, you're going to be full of strength, you're going to be full of peace, and then everything's just gonna be fine. So, and seriously, I've actually had so many comments. Sometimes I just receive comments on IG, the person telling me, oh, that he went to Wesley and he saw this hard work, and this is actually so encouraging. Though we actually hope that we get more sponsors, because right now, oh my god, I don't want to say I have actually pushed the wall. Like, I mean, in terms of my finances, right? So we're actually really looking for sponsors who can sponsor in any way, no matter the amount. Also collaborating if you want to partner with us. Support in any way. It may not even be financial. In any way, you can just support, and even if it's financial, no amount is too small. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you. All right, so I think those are few things that I would like to say about that. I think I've answered the question. If you'd like me to say another thing, please do let me know. Okay. Yeah, so that's that. So I think the next on the item is business. But then I think I will not go into this today because of time. Time's already fast spent. But I think I explained a bit about that already. So yeah, Q&A. So question and answer. I'd like to know if anybody has any questions, any other questions. I know I've answered questions. Okay, first, my word for the day. I love this. 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 Okay, so I think we have other comments here. I actually do feel the hard works. Perfect blend of colors. For HD immersion. There is art to the word. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Color. I really appreciate this. This means a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, I'd like to know if there is any other question that I can answer. Okay, before we call it a day. So I think any other thing you want to say, any other questions, anything whatsoever. Yeah. Like, I think we didn't have any questions. But if there are actually more questions, I can actually answer them on my IG page. Probably post on my stories. You can also still send me um message on my WhatsApp or on my Instagram chat, or you can send a mail to talkwithibukunoluwa@gmail.com. I mean, yeah, so you can actually send a Gmail there. If you actually want to invite me for speaking engagements, so that will really be a pleasure. So you can, and then if you actually have any questions to ask me, probably concerning life, concerning, I was actually thinking that somebody would ask a question concerning my hair. But nobody has asked. But then if nobody's asking, then I'm not answering. I'm not going to answer that. Okay, so how do I deal with burnout? Okay. So generally, I think when people actually feel that I'm a person who works a lot, right? But then as much as I do, I also still try to find time for myself. Okay, and that actually comes with proper planning. In 2021 was actually, if I don't say, a very tough year for me, because that year I went through depression, and that was the first time I would undergo depression in my life. But then I felt like God actually wanted me to go through it, for people would actually go through it, and then to actually teach me lessons. And then during that time I actually learned, I was actually burnt out. I was burnt out. So as I then, I forced myself to relax. I forced myself. As I then, I was looking for people to visit. I was trying to, like, go out, just see places. So right now, what do I do? Yes, I can work and everything, but then I still have these times that I have for myself. For instance, during my birthday, I didn't really do much during my birthday, but then okay. So I think that there's a question I saw here. So for instance, during my birthday, I just said that yes, I wanted to, like, take my sister out. and then we had a nice time together. So that's one of the ways of me just so yeah. And the thing with me is this: yes, I work a lot. So please, when you say that yes, I did not reply a message on time, at least I think you have seen a bit of the things I do, not all of what I do. I mean a bit of the things I do. So don't get angry. And then the sense that I am like also overstressed, and then I just want to like just have that time for myself, and then just be myself. I've actually learned to take that serious, okay? And then having people who are close to me, and that's actually one of the reasons why I told myself that yes, that I actually need to like have more friends, right? People that I can actually share burden with, people that yes, they can be there for me and all. So and then another thing with burnout is that when I am stressed, when I am mentally stressed, I know that I need to rest. Like this is yes, you can actually be physically stressed, but then you can also be mentally stressed. Like that's when you have worked a lot. Apart from the fact that yes, I pray, but then that's not yes the spiritual for spiritual aspect, but then the physical too for the physical aspect. There are two movies I watch. I am not a movie fan. Okay, so people can actually find me weird. Actually, I actually relax with my heart works. My answer is actually one of the, even though it is stressful, but then it's one of the ways I relax. Okay. And then there are actually two movies that I love. One is Lionheart, the other is Up North. Yeah. And then I don't, as I said, I'm not a movie fan. I can actually take days, it can take me days to watch movies. Not that I watch Christian movies, like that those are the principal ones. But then those two movies are actually movies that really, really resonate with me. So when I'm down, I feel like okay, there's a roadblock. I feel like yes, I need to relax my head a bit. As a matter of fact, I may not watch more than 10 minutes or 15 minutes of that. I mean of the movie, and then I'm off, right? But then they help me balance, they give me strength, right? So it is you also finding where you gain strength from. There's time I realized that yes, speaking with like a very very close friend of mine was actually one of the ways like that I used to always rewind and everything. That can also like I mean that can also work too. And then you just for me, and then you don't be glued to social media. For me, I can actually stay off social media for a week and then nothing will happen. There's times that you'd actually realize that okay, maybe I'm actually on WhatsApp, like you may see me that I'm online, but then I'm actually not chatting, I'm not doing anything, I have my journals on my WhatsApp, and then I am just jotting down, just having this nice or what's it, how like like this self reflections with me, with myself, and then just putting down ideas, putting down thoughts and all that. So those things that I feel like is still very very important that you create time for yourself, and then you love yourself, right? And then just be good. Okay, so I think there is one other here. Tell us about your hair. So it's a question I've been meaning to ask for ages. Thoughts was a school thing, why it was secondary school. Okay. Okay, so Onikwe, how did they say it? But then I don't want to go into any Yoruba adage. So for my hair, so I've never made my hair since I was born, and I don't think I want to. I don't know. I think that may be weird, but then I've never made my hair since I was born. Same for my sister, and I don't think I want to. So right from why I grew up, not just I actually love it. Right from when I grew up, my dad already has this principle that yes, because he actually had his reasons. He didn't want you to be distracted with academics. He didn't want you to like be fashion conscious and all that. So when I entered university, I just didn't feel like I as a matter of fact, when I entered university, I actually had the liberty too. But then a thing with my hair was that, or let me say, is that it actually gives me issues once it's becoming bushy. I mean, combing is actually very, 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 very big issue for me. And then it's like pains me and all that. So it is not just comfortable. Like it is not just comfortable. So why should I just go through unnecessary stress when I can just cut my head, feel free, and then enjoy life, and then pour water on my head every day, and then just be good. So as a matter of fact, I had my airport yesterday. Right, so I had my airport yesterday, and basically it's just I just see it as a thing of stress, and then I can't withstand me making my hair, and then for 3 days I cannot sleep. I mean, for what? Nonetheless, I actually admire when people have nice hair on their heads. They look so beautiful. I admire it. I appreciate them. But from me, it's a no go area. All I'm saying is I don't want to go for now. Yeah, so I think that's all for now. Yeah, I must really say very, very big thank you to everyone for joining. I don't think is there any other question? I don't think so. I must really say very, very big thank you for everybody. You mean a lot to me. You mean really, really mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for showing up. Like, you really showed me that yes, 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 Ibukun, we still love you. And I can actually really, really feel the love. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate this. Means a lot to me. And I think this is actually a part of this. I would actually consider this a birthday celebration. Okay. Thanks so much for listening to me. I know that you've also gained value. All right. So let me try to see if I have another slide here. Okay, so you can actually follow me on, let's be friends on social media. So let us meet. Let's just connect on social media. So okay, so Daniel, so at this moment, just wow, yes, wow. Okay, so on my IG page, Aderogba Ibukunoluwa Adebizar, so that's for my business page. Then my Facebook, Aderogba Ibukunoluwa, Twitter, Aderogba Ibukunoluwa, LinkedIn, Aderogba Deborah, Academy, Aderogba Ibukunoluwa, and it's so nice to have you. Thank you so much. You mean a lot to me. I love you so much. Thank you for showing up. And I know that yes, this is Cheers to Greatness. We'll actually definitely do more together. Please, if you want to reach out to me on anything, do well too. It's really, really be a pleasure to hear from you, to write back to you. And I'm also trying to restructure, reorganize life in ensuring that yes, I actually ensure that all things are better balanced. Okay, and then I'm able to like express myself well in all the capacities God has given to me. So thank you so much. Do you have any other thing to say? Any other final comments before we call it a night? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you, Joseph. Okay, let me try to go through. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Mr. Kola. Thank you, Mrs. Itunu Ola. Thank you, Mr. Ebon. Thank you. Yes, thanks to Daddy, Mommy, my baby sis. Thanks to my brothers, my sisters. Thank you, Faustina. Thank you, Chairman, Baristani. Sorry, I think yeah, thank you, Opsy Bakes and Cooks. Thank you. Yeah, Ayola Shefumi, thank you. Yeah, Reverend Ejitono, thank you. Kiki Farms, thank you. Yes, Uncle Fisayo, I really appreciate. And cheers to more of growth things, cheers to more of we doing more things together. So we definitely get to know more about my any webinar coming up. Then that means that there would actually be a need for it because I don't just do things because I just want to do. I do them yes based on leading, and then when I see that yes, there's actually a need to do these things. But then keep being you, keep being good, and then God bless you. Thank you so much for showing up. Like thank you so much for showing up for me tonight. It means a lot to me, to my brand. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to see you some other time. Merci beaucoup, Eshe Kuko. Thank you so much. Muito obrigada, obrigadíssima, gracias. Danke, danke, danke schön. And till next time, I think we already spent 1.5 hours, so it's fine.